Right then, this is a walk around video, and this is for a lovely Honda CRV 1.6 SR diesel, finished in this absolutely beautiful passion red, which on dull days like today just doesn't really bring out the colour properly for the videos, but in the flesh it looks absolutely fantastic. Very low mileage car, just 47,000 miles on the clock. Comes with this lovely private plate which stays on the vehicle, by the way. Car is in absolutely lovely condition throughout. Front of the car, lights and lenses, clear, intact. There's no cracks or condensation in those at all. Front bumper very clean. Likewise, bonnet of the car, can't see any obvious stone chips that jump out at me at all. Near side of the vehicle, again, lovely and smooth in the panel work. Coming around the back, again, bumper corners all very clean and tidy. Off side of the vehicle, again, just beautifully smooth in the panels. And fine alloy. Again, absolutely lovely, and it really is in absolutely superb condition. As always, there will be the odd tiny little mark which the camera doesn't pick up on or I have missed, but you have to look very, very hard indeed to find anything on this one. Coming to the boot area, absolutely enormous boots on these cars. All the equipment, tools, etc., all here with the car. It's coming to the back of the car now, full black leather interior. And it's been kept very, very well. And as I often say, it's not often the case with Civics because they are ultimately family hatches, but this one's been kept very nicely indeed. Let's go to the front of the passenger side. Again, all lovely and clean. Passenger seat, not been given much use at all. Finally come to the driver's door card. Again, absolutely spotless. Driver's seat, the one that generally shows loads of wear, shows virtually nothing in all honesty. So inside the car now, as always, the engine's running so the dash can be seen illuminated, and what an amazing interior this is. Just to quickly show you, sat nav obviously all working exactly as it should. Pop the car into reverse there, got the lovely clear parking camera which complements the front and rear parking sensors. But the video doesn't do it really justice because it's in absolutely lovely condition in here, and the view, I reckon, of the best dashboard anywhere, and that is absolutely sensational. There's no warning lights on. The only light on currently is for low fuel, but it is in exceptional condition in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 SR diesel. Car's registered T19MYB, private plate that said in the walk around video stays with the car. Mileage on the car, 47,713 miles. The reason for doing all of our videos, and especially actually these road test sections, is so that if anyone is online looking at any of our cars, they actually get to see the car we're advertising in operation. And the reason we feel it's important is because, like so many people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs and description, only to get there and find out there's an issue with the car which we'd much rather know about, so hence that's why we do it. Also done on these very, very quiet country roads very close to our premises, so hopefully, so this actually forms part of the road test route that we take our customers on, so hopefully then will be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car itself, as always with these Civics, flick of the key and the engine starts immediately. Settles a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all, aside from just the low fuel light currently, which drop of fuel that goes out. Temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle when up at full operating temperature. The engines are simply superb diesel engines, because the whole point of buying a diesel, generally speaking, is for fuel economy, and in Honda's case, reliability, but also it's a lovely engine to use day in, day out. On the move and as a cruise, it's very smooth and quiet. Only obviously a diesel when you're at low RPMs, which even Honda can't engineer out. But it's very flexible, it's got real pickup and punch to it. And the fuel economy, which is astonishing in their cars, is actually very easily achieved. It's not one of these cars we have to kind of nurse them and be overly gentle with them to achieve the economy. You know, still drive smoothly, still drive economically, but it all comes very easily to the car. I've owned umpteen of these over the years, and even doing these shorter trips, I tend to be around 60 to the gallon. On longer trips, I'm regularly over 70, so it really is that economical. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bike point is exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth and positive in actuation. The gear change, as I say in all the Civic videos, is simply brilliant. It's like most front-wheel drive cars these days, the gear lever here is connected to the gearbox underneath by cables. Unfortunately, on lots of manufacturers, that then means you've got a lifeless, vague, light gearbox to use. Honda give you this wonderful mechanical feeling gear change. It's got a lovely weighting to it, the springing, everything about it is a feeling of engineering, which is exactly what Honda want to give you. Their primary controls are very important to them, and it's very satisfying to use and feels absolutely as it would have done when it was new. Coming to the steering, track's absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and what a power steering setup it is. It's beautifully weighted. It makes the car feel very solid and secure on the road. Doesn't feel nervous in any way, yet despite that it's very quick to react. Some cars can feel horribly nervous, but you turn in with this one, the car goes with it, it turns in instantly, all the motions go as one, which is why so many people buy them. Are people who may have had families but previously might have had something quite sporty, but they don't want to lose completely on the kind of that sporty feel, and that's what these give you. They're actually good fun to drive, as well as being very comfortable, very smooth riding, and the perfect family car. The chassis flows through corners brilliantly well. There's no nasty mechanical noises coming from underneath the car that shouldn't be there, which is kind of what I'm listening out for constantly. The whole car feels exactly as you'd expect with the mileage it's done. Incredibly tight on the road, it really, really does. I'm just going to swing around here. You know, it's got a, you know, that kind of almost as new feel to everything about the controls and the mechanical side of the car. Just going to get up to speed and give the brakes a bit of a thump. I'll get up to the legal limit to do it at the highest speed I can possibly do it at, and then hold on tight. Really good. Hard enough to get my hazard lights to come on. Brake pedal's really good. There's no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal. So all in fine order. It's finally coming inside the car. I tend to go on about this a little bit, I do apologise. First things first, beautifully put together. No squeaks, no rattles. It's real build quality, and build quality isn't that kind of showroom build quality where doors sound nice and funky and you've got squidgy plastics. It's actually what it's like after years of ownership, and this is where Honda are, you know, right at the top of the pile in terms of build quality. They are beautifully put together. On top of which, you know, it is a complete. I love the fact that I think good design is always where it polarizes opinion, and that's what the Civic does. But there's no getting away from it. It is one of the great dashboards you'll ever sit behind. It's absolutely fantastic, because not only, in my opinion, is it brilliant to look at, but it's completely functional. It's there for a reason. It's not for show. It morphed into this design out of a need to, or an attempt to make things better for people. The most conventional part, this centre stack here, big screen sat nav, all working perfectly. dual zone climate control system, so you can have different temperatures side to side. Again, that works perfectly, blows out lovely cold air because we tried it in a warm workshop. Heated seats again, all working exactly as they should. And then my favourite part, this wonderful kind of two-tier design with upper and lower decks. And the point of it is that the upper deck gives you the information you look at most regularly. And that's the genius of it, really, because it means that you're not having to take your eyes off the road. You can see it at the corner of your eye or just a slightest movement away. So the information display screen there, various displays if you want to, but what's clever, if you press things like the fan speed or radio, it makes it a bigger display up there, easier to see, so you're not having to look down into the car whilst you're taking the information in. But the most commonly looked at display of all in any car is your speed, and there it is, massive, bold, clear, visible. I can look ahead at the car coming directly in front of me, but not take my eyes off the road for a second, and to keep my eyes on my speed. It's genius, it really is. And as I said, it is, I think, Honda's shame, unfortunately, they've gone back to having a normal binnacle. I don't understand the reason why. They've still got the digital display, but it's kind of lost in amongst other displays. Still, for those that wouldn't have seen this, they think it's perfectly good. But for me, I just think that's genius, absolute genius. Down below that, in the top of the steering wheel here, if you like, you've got these big bold displays, rev counter flanked by the temperature and fuel gauges, and this lovely thick rimmed leather bound steering wheel. Feels absolutely fantastic in hand, I have to say. The whole car drives perfectly, absolutely perfectly. We know these like the back of our hand. Selling Hondas now for over 30 years, so we should know. If, as always, you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.